Okay, my lovelies, beginning lying down on our mats and just enjoying a few moments, settling, relaxing, and just tuning into how you're feeling. Physically, are there any areas that are tense and tight? And also notice how you're feeling emotionally. The sun is out, it's getting warmer, and that always usually lifts our spirits. So scanning through your body and rooting down through your soles of your feet. And just check in with our chakras. We'll begin at the crown today. So just noticing any sensation that you feel or thoughts that come to mind at the crown of your head. And then your third eye. Check in with your throat. How's your neck been feeling? What have you been talking about lately? And then heart center. Noticing how you feel through the front of the chest, the upper back, and your arms and shoulders, all the way down to your hands. This is heart energy. And then above our navel, solar plexus, and below our navel, the sacral. And then finally, root, base of the spine. And just checking in as you follow down the legs to the feet, how everything's feeling. Do you feel grounded, safe and secure? If there's an intention that you would like to set for yourself today, then you can do this now. I choose to be happy. I choose to see the beauty in the world, whatever it may be for you. So I'm going to join you lying down. And then when you're ready, we'll begin our stretches. So on the inhale, the right arm up and over, just letting that hand fall to the floor behind you. And then flexing into your right foot. Just bring the toes up to the ceiling. Lovely stretch into the calf muscle. Push into your heel. And then gently starting to create space this side, lifting the arm, stretching the fingers. And then when you're ready, point your toes just on the right side. And then exhale, let the arm float down to your side again. And then take your palms up. Have a moment in Shavasana, just a breath here. And we'll inhale the left side now, arm over. Nice and slowly. And then toes lifted. And a lovely long stretch here. How does it feel in the sole of your foot, around your toes? Lifting the arm away, stretching your fingers. And then just point the toes on your left foot. And then exhale, arm just floats down again. Perhaps feeling a little bit of stimulation through the arm. And then on your next inhale, both arms over. And just allowing the chin to tuck in gently, feeling that length through your neck. And then just enjoy flexing your feet and point your toes and flex again. And really enjoying lifting your shoulder blades. Just flexing backwards and forwards. And then when you're ready, exhale, arms down. Have a moment in Shavasana. Again, enjoy how the body feels, just from 3 little stretches. We'll take the right knee in, hands around the shin. Take a deep breath. Exhale, coming up. Looking through your legs and just feeling all the breath leave the body. Inhale gently down, and then other side. How do you feel today? The warmer weather usually takes the aches and pains away a little. So deep inhale. Exhale up. Just pausing. And then inhale down when you're ready. Both knees in. Nice stretch for the back here. So deep breath. Exhale up. Just holding the breath for a moment. And then inhale down. Just resting hands on your knees, and you can just gently rock from side to side. And then start to make some circles on your back. It's lovely to massage your digestive system here. And then we'll roll up to seated. We'll come onto our cushions if that's comfortable. If not, don't worry. Paramuktasana 1. So just joining me, Chin Mudra. Have a nice length through the spine and just gently let your eyelids drop closed. Try to soften your shoulders. Tune back into your breath. Belly breathing. Nice gentle soft belly breaths, calming your nervous system. And we'll take the chin down to chest. Nice and slowly, just pausing and exploring what you feel here. Taking the chin up to the ceiling. And then down again. Noticing any twinges, any nervy pain or sensation. Once more up. And then back to centre. We're going to tilt the head to the right. So just bring the ear to the shoulder. And then left. Other side again. And again. Left. Coming back to centre. Twist to look over your right shoulder, keeping your eyes closed. Just feel whatever you feel. And then gently sweep your head over to the left. And again over to the right. Just pausing. Feeling good in the body. And left. Returning to centre. Just dip the chin down and a full rotation each way. Nice and slowly, all the way round. And again, just aware of whatever you feel. Other way. It's so lovely to have this time to be very mindful of yourself and to be very conscious of everything that you're feeling. Coming back to centre. You can blink your eyes open. We'll take the hands out in front and then thumbs in, thumbs out. Again, even these exercises, you know them so well. You can close your eyes and just tune into the sensation a bit more without the eyes open. And then palms can come up and then we turn them down. Feeling that sensation around your wrists, whatever radiates up through your arms. And gently just rotating your wrists now back around one way. And then the other way. Let's turn our palms up, drop the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, fingers to the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Belly breaths. Once more. How are your elbows feeling today? Keeping the hands on the shoulders, let the elbows come together. Rotating around. Lovely stretch through the back muscles. And then a few times in the other direction. Again, you can just close the eyes momentarily and feel this a bit more if you wish. And then we can just drop the arms now. Coming off your cushions. Extending legs out. And then just walk the pads of your buttocks aside so these sit bones connect. Okay. And then toes. Let's wiggle our toes, opening and then closing. And then let's just see if we can move the right little toe all on its own. Just see if our brain and body connect, or whether we start to move all the toes. And then just see if you can move your left little toe independently of everything else. Sometimes one foot is a little bit more compliant than the other one. Okay, and then just pointing your feet and then a flex. And just enjoy that lovely sensation you get through your legs. And then one foot over the other, we'll rotate. Other way. Warming everything up. And then just swapping over, and we'll do the other side. When was the last time you gave any attention to all these areas? So Paramuktasana 1 is a nice way of just giving time to yourself. Just other way a few times. Okay, and then right knee. How does that joint feel today? And then hip. That's the floorboards, not you. Lovely. Left knee. And hip. And the other way a few times. Lovely. Bring your feet together into butterfly. And we'll just have a moment to stretch here, gently leaning if that's comfortable for you. Let's concentrate on our breath. Bring the breath to the belly. Soften the shoulders, perhaps relax the neck and the head. And noticing where you feel it most, whether it's inner thighs or whether it's on the outer part of our body around the hips, perhaps even the tops of our thighs. So just be curious wherever you feel sensation. One more belly breath. And then we'll come upright. Okay, so I think we'll come on to all fours for cat-cow. It's always nice just to warm up our spine. So joining me in tabletop, so hands under the shoulders and your knees under your hips. On your next exhale, we'll arch up. And on the inhale, belly drops. And just enjoy moving between these two poses with your breath as your guide. And there may be a point where you want to pause for a second and just feel how far you come into the stretch. Perhaps you can notice a little bit of a tenderness in the lower spine, not pain necessarily, but just tender or tightness. And then we're going to just come back to neutral spine. We're going to do something a little bit different. So what I want you to do is lean forward, and we're going to move the body in a figure of 8. And what you will do is you will feel this in your wrists. So sort of you're going to imagine your belly button is moving in a figure of 8. You're going to lean forwards into the wrists, and you will feel that. And then you're going to bring the buttocks back round and swing past the heels. So a little bit different from the wild cat cow we do. We're leaning forwards and then we're bringing ourselves back. Okay, and then if you can reverse that figure of 8. So imagine drawing a figure of 8 with your belly button. And you can feel that in your wrists, just strengthening them and walking them up. Okay, and coming back to a stillness. Let's just take a nice stretch into child's pose. Drop the head down to the mat. And if you can, just creep your fingers forward so that you feel the arms lengthen and you enjoy that feeling of the shoulder blades pulling away from your spine and all the muscles there stretching gently. Okay, from here we're going to thread the right arm underneath the left armpit in this little twist and just noticing how that feels, this upper body twist. Okay, other side. Left arm under the right armpit. Looking towards your hand. Everyone will look different when we do this, depending on the flexibility of the hand. Okay, coming back to the centre. We'll walk our hands back to our body, turn our toes under for a little stretch in the soles of our feet. That always feels lovely. I really enjoy that at times. We don't often stretch our feet, do we? Okay, and then joining me standing. Okay. Take a moment. Okay, bring your feet a little bit wider than hip distance and we're just going to start to sway nice and gently. Maybe turn the toes out a little bit if that is more comfortable. What do you feel through your body when you do this? This is so gentle, but do you feel it in your upper back? Maybe bend your knees a little if that feels more comfortable. And then start to swing a little bit more. And you might bend your knees a bit more as you speed up. Don't do anything that hurts you, but just enjoy this nice soft twist. Okay, slow it down. And we'll come back to a nice stillness. Okay. There's a bit more space in our body. And we'll also come forward into a fold as well. So feet can be about hip distance apart now. Inhale, arms up, and we'll swan dive down. These are all lovely movements just to sort of prepare your body for any sequences or other poses we do. Let yourself just hang like a rag doll, either holding onto your elbows or letting the arms be heavy and droopy. And here you can take a lovely deep breath into the back of your body and feel the lower back and your back ribs open up. Shake your head, say no, then say yes. And you can make funny face with your face. You can scrunch the eyes up, open the mouth wide. And then relax again. And then on the inhale, we will roll up nice and slowly, stacking our spine. One vertebrae at a time. Okay. Right, we will do a moon salutation. So joining me at the top of your mat. We'll take this nice and slowly, but we'll get ourselves moving and stretching. So hands to heart center. Taking a nice deep breath in. And release the arms down on the exhale. Breathe in, take the arms up. Salute the moon. And then forward fold, nice and slowly. Bend your knees if you need to. And then lifting your back, flattening your back and gazing ahead of you. Bring your hands down to the mat and we're going to take the left leg back into a low lunge equestrian. So pausing here for a moment, then bringing hands onto knee and then bringing arms up. Okay. Have a moment to just get your balance. Sometimes we can get a little bit wobbly here. Hands back down to the mat. Turn your back toes under. Bring your right foot back into down dog. And getting into a lovely position here where we ground every finger base and the base of the palm. We lift the tailbone and we have a lovely flat back here. It doesn't matter if your heels are down or your legs are bent. That's not as important. Let's take a deep breath. Bend our knees. Bring them to the mat. Release the toes and then bring the buttocks back to the heels. As we inhale, we'll flow through into Sphinx. Our first little back bend. Pausing here for a moment. Lift. Notice if your shoulders are all hunched around your ears and try and lift your ears away from your shoulders, shining your heart forwards. Okay, see if you can look over your left shoulder down to your feet. And then looking over your right shoulder down to your heels and feet. Coming back to center. Okay, bringing hands under shoulders. We're going to push back up into down dog. Come onto your knees first if that is easier. And then get your feet into position, bringing yourself up. And again, just adjusting your feet, adjusting your hands. Okay, so draw your shoulders over your hands and bring your right foot between your hands if you can, moving your hand if you need to. This is the tough bit, I know. Don't worry, just coming up into that crescent, those of you who are in this pose. If not, bringing hands back down to the mat, coming to the top of your mat, joining me standing. Well done. We'll do the other side. Nice and slow. Okay, deep breath. Release the arms down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your back a little, look ahead. Exhale down. Right leg comes back, knee comes down to the mat. Hands onto your leg just to steady yourself as we come up into crescent. And just enjoy dipping your hips a little bit more. Feel that stretch on your hip flexor. Okay, hands to the mat, down dog. Feeling nice and strong through the shoulders and arms here. Inhale. Exhale, knees down. Buttocks back to heels. Flow either into Sphinx or Cobra, whichever you prefer. And then down dog. We're going to take the shoulders over the hands and left foot forwards. Only if you can. This is the bit that's quite challenging. Lift up into crescent, those of you who have joined me here. And then hands to the mat. Feet together at the top of the mat. And lifting up. Salute the moon. Okay. Have a lie down for a moment and we'll come up again. And we'll do that again. Okay. Just have a moment here. I did that, as I say, on purpose, as a nice slow movement. But we'll come up in a moment and we'll do another one. We'll do the sun salutation next. And just, we can notice how we feel. It's nice to ease into these sequences, get the body moving first before we speed up. Okay, so drawing your right knee in, then your left knee. Have a lovely rock here. Massage anything that needs to on your back. And then when you're ready, we'll come up to standing. Take your time. So the sun salutation is very similar to the moon. We'll go back with a different leg. What was I going to say? And we'll go a little bit faster, not too fast, but we'll keep pace. So hands to heart, deep breath in and release. Arms up, salute the sun, folding forwards, lifting the back, hands down to the mat, right leg goes back, looking up, left leg back into down dog. Knees down, buttocks back to heels. Flow through into cobra. We won't hold it long, but just try it. Lovely, down dog. Okay, left foot forwards. Don't worry if you can't do that bit. Gazing up, feet together, and sweep up. How was that? Bit faster? Yeah? Okay, we'll have another lie down after this one. Other side. So, deep breath in. Exhale, full inhale. And then full exhale. Use the breath. Lift the back, look ahead. Left leg back. Knee comes down, gaze up, hands are still on the mat, gazing up. Down dog. On the exhale, knees down, coming back into cobra. We won't hold it long, so just try it. Up to down dog. Get that little kind of push-up movement as you push up into down dog. Okay, right foot forwards. Gazing up. Feet together. Link your thumbs and sweep up. Well done. How did that feel compared to the slow one? We did that slow one first, getting the body moving.
Getting the leg forward.
It's that, I know that is the hardest bit for you, most of you, getting that leg forward. But even if it comes forward a bit, you're not necessarily in the pose. It's fine. It's only what you can do. So have a lie down. That's a nice little balance that we did there. The moon salutation for our feminine side. And then the sun salutation for our masculine side of us. Have a nice sigh. Feel happy with yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. We haven't done this for 2 weeks. We've just done 2 sequences on the bounce. Can you feel like your breath capacity is better? Nice deep belly breaths here. Really feel your lungs fill up. Feel the ribs really expand and contract on the exhale. There's only a few times in our day that we may be conscious of our breath, and yoga is one time when we're on our mat and I'm telling you to focus on it. The rest of the time, it's just all automatic. Don't even think about it. Okay, let's draw the knees in. Have a nice rock. Give yourself a hug. Okay, let's do bridge. So bring feet to the mat. Feet close to buttocks, hip distance apart, palms down at the side of your body. Okay, we'll do 3 where we breathe in and we'll take the arms overhead as we do this. So a nice flow. So engaging gently into your pelvic floor and the lower abdomen as well. So when you're ready, inhale, push through the feet, raise the arms overhead. And then exhale, Let's just float the arms down and draw the body back to the mat nice and slowly, rolling out that tailbone last. Okay, again, inhale. Arms overhead, really lifting those hips. Keep the legs nice and parallel, not out to the side. Exhale, come down, feeling that tension still in your buttocks and your thighs. And then one more. Let's come up. Nice deep breath in, inhaling, arms overhead. And then exhale, arms float down, body comes down. Rolling out your tailbone and just noticing how that feels. You can take your legs into Shavasana if you want for a moment. 3 of those and you can feel a nice little buzzing tingliness through your body. Perhaps there's a warmth around your sacral part of your back. Okay. And drawing knees in. We'll come into a lying spinal twist too. Taking the spine up and down and then into twist. It's nice to bring it into all these directions. So again, join me with your feet where they were before. Arms out now, level with your shoulders. We'll start with a nice sway of the knees and then we'll pause at the end with a pose each side. So taking a deep inhale. Exhale, just sway the knees to the right. Inhale up to center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right, and just gently follow this flow with your breath. Inhale up to center. Exhale right. As you inhale, can you notice the temperature around the inner part of your nostrils? And that little suction feeling you get as you breathe into the nose. And then as you exhale, perhaps a warmth and then the flare of the nostrils gently. So when you come to your right hand side next, just pause here for a moment and look to your left. Try and relax your thighs and your buttocks and the sides of your waist. Notice if your hands are tense and your arms, and just try and relax the palms. Draw your awareness to your belly and the deep breaths you take here and the nice stretch you feel into the left-hand side. Okay, breathe in as we come up to center, and then we'll take the knees over to the left. And again, just take a pause here, enjoying this lying spinal twist. Try and again relax the lower back, the buttocks. Notice if the sides of your waist are tense. And just try and soften here. Just taking your gaze to your right hand or to the right side. Okay, take a breath in. We'll bring the knees up to center. And again, just take a moment in Shavasana. Just lift your body, place yourself back on your mat. And if you want to rock your pelvis a few times or wag your tail, just to find neutral spine. And then find some stillness. Taking some deep belly breaths. Are your arms relaxed? Relax the neck and your face. Okay, bring the knees in, one at a time, and a gentle rock. All rolling, whatever feels good. Okay. We're going to come up and then turn onto our bellies so we can come into some back extensions here. So turning around so you're facing me. Okay. We'll work into this gently like we often do. So take your arms out in front of you. Bring your forehead down to the mat. And then on our next inhale, we're going to take left arm and right leg up. So all opposite arms and legs. So inhale, left arm up, right leg. And then lower. And then other side. And then lower. And then both arms, both legs together. Inhale up. Just for a moment, you may only come a little way off the floor. Make a pillow with your hands and rest. Sometimes we don't come very high up. It's okay. It's just about exploring the stretch. As you lie here, push your belly into the mat as you breathe in. And feel that lovely movement into your lower back. Okay, let's do that again. So take your arms out in front of you. Forehead on the mat. We're going to take a nice inhale, and it's left arm and right leg. And notice if you come up higher when you do just these opposite arms and legs. Lower down. Other side. Inhale up. Lovely. And down. And then preparing for both arms and legs. Inhale up. Lovely. Down. Make a pillow. Challenging, isn't it? But it's good. Good to keep going. We're going to do that a third time. And I just want you to notice if you see any sort of tiny minor improvement in doing this. Just have a few moments to breathe deeply into your back. Okay, let's extend our arms again. We'll do exactly the same. Left arm, right leg. Bring your forehead to the mat to start with, and just a little lift. So inhale up. And down. You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Other side. Lovely, and down. And then both together. Lovely, and relax. Okay. Did you feel a little bit better just having done it very gently but 3 times? Good. Okay, just have a few moments resting on your pillow. Big deep breaths into your belly, and you can feel that quite nourishing on your back. Okay, so if you want to, just bring your hands under your shoulders. Just to counterpose that, we're just going to come into child's pose, or whatever form of opposite shape of the spine suits you. You might not be able to bring your buttocks back to your heels, but whatever feels right. And again, here, some deep belly breaths, and you can feel that nice in your lower back. Okay, so from here, we're going to come into a little flow into Cobra. Some of you find Cobra difficult because it is a lower back, but we're going to come quite low into it. So with your arms stretched out, breathe in, bring yourself forward into Cobra, and then come down. So just bring your hands under your shoulders, okay? Okay, take a breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to push back. So come up, and push back. Your buttocks might not come down to your knees, just come into a nice restful pose here. Inhale forwards. You can come quite low. Bring the chin down. Okay, coming back up. Push back. You're feeling this in your arms and your wrists. Not in a nasty way, but in that you're working and it's strengthening. Inhale forwards. One more, we'll push back into child's pose. Okay, find a nice restful pose here. Actually turn over, come into Shavasana. So you'll probably change ends of the mat as well. Again, just wag your tail, rock your pelvis a few times. Find that comfortable position in your neutral spine. And then just let your feet relax out to the sides. Take a few deep, nourishing breaths. Let your shoulders soften. And hopefully your spine feels a little bit more spacious. How do you feel? Just ask yourself how you feel on all levels, physically, mentally and emotionally. Even spiritually, that this time we have on our mat is connection to ourselves. It's us coming back to within, listening to our internal dialogue far more than we do perhaps the rest of the day when the unconscious mind is in control. Okay, let's bring our knees in nice and slowly, gentle rock, and we're just going to roll up to seated and do a few floor stretches. Okay, coming up, we will do head to knee pose, Janu Shirsasana. So again, every time you come into this seated position, just walk out the buttocks so that the feet connect, sit bones connect. So left foot into the top of the right thigh. That's it, yeah. Okay. And then have a gentle flex in your foot. Reach up as we breathe in, lovely long spine. And then folding forwards. You don't have to overstretch here, just let your hands float down. And then in this position, we can then explore the pose with the breath. So as we inhale, we lift our spines. And as we exhale, we can just find a little bit of softening and movement. Don't overdo it. Always find 70% of a stretch. And use the breath again as you breathe in, that lovely big breath in, lift, and then use the exhale to soften. It's almost like a very gentle sort of bounce almost. And as you breathe in, there'll be a natural sort of lift of your body as your belly expands. And then gradually you might find just a gentle softening here. It's only millimeters perhaps, but there's a feeling of surrender. If you've got your foot flexed and you want to just relax your foot and come into a bit more yin energy, you can. Let your head soften. Let your neck relax a bit more. Are you tense in your buttocks or your left thigh? Just see if you can release any tight muscle. Okay, gently take a breath and we'll walk our hands back upwards towards our body. Extend both legs out. Have a moment just to lean back, maybe tilt the head back, rock from side to side. And then we'll come into the other side. So the right foot into the top of the left thigh. Again, start with a lovely long, tall length in your spine. Arms up as we breathe in. And exhale forwards. Gentle flex in your foot if you can to start with. You can feel that stretch in your calf and behind your knee. Try and relax your right leg and around your right hip. Just breathe. Let the breath do the work. There's no agenda, there's no place to be. It's just what your body wants to feel like today. Relax the foot if you want to. Let the leg roll a little bit and then soften into your upper body. Where are your thoughts? Just notice your breath. Okay, gently breathing in, lifting up. Have a moment, just lying back on your mat, just stretch out the spine. Oh. Okay, have a little wriggle. Just find a place comfortable. Can you feel that in your lower back? Is it a little bit like you can feel the stretch, can't you? Yeah. Okay, we're going to come into fish because fish is lovely. So I want you to remember how you feel now, where you can feel that stretch in your lower back, that lumbar spine. It's not uncomfortable perhaps, but you can definitely feel like you've stretched in that forward fold. So take your hands to the mat with your palms face down. Tuck them under your buttocks. So roll yourself from side to side and hide your hands like you're sitting on the backs of your hands. And then if you can, lift your chest and sort of begin to tuck your upper arms underneath as well. We won't come up for long in this pose, but if you can give it a try, you will really enjoy the after effect in your lower spine. So when you're ready, bend at your elbows, breathe in and come up. And then your feet might sort of creep forward a bit. Do you see how I am? My elbows are nice and at a right angle almost. Look down at your toes. Feel that little curve in your lumbar back. If you want to and you feel safe, take the head back and encourage the chest up a little bit more, opening your throat here, lovely for heart and throat chakra. Try and relax into your body and your thighs and take some big breaths. Okay. Right, take a breath in, bring your head up to look at your toes, and then gently and slowly lower down. Okay, release your arms, come into Shavasana, and just notice how different your back feels. Can you feel anything? Does it feel good? Yeah. After the seated forward folds we did, you might have felt quite tight. Whereas now, yeah, actually you might not feel as much at all. It might feel quite good, that counter pose. A fish isn't necessarily my favourite pose, but I like how it feels afterwards. So it's always nice to do because of that. Okay, we've come forwards, backwards, we've done twists. So we're going to come into banana so that we've come into side stretching of our body. Then our body is coming to all directions in folding forward and all, say all planes of direction. So, okay, bring your feet over to the lower right corner, and then bring your right foot over your left, and that just stops your foot creeping along to center. Shuffle your shoulders to the top right corner, just release the buttocks. If you want to, take your arms overhead or cactus. I'm just going to leave my arms by my side. It feels nicer today. Don't come too far into this stretch where you're uncomfortable. Just enjoy a nice, gentle stretch to the left side of your body. And then return to your belly breaths and following your breath as well. So breathing in, breathing out. And you can say in your mind, I am breathing in. I am breathing out. And if you want to drop the full sentence, you can say in your mind, in, out. Just staying focused on your breath and your body. Okay, when you're ready, let's unfold our feet, come back into neutral spine. Just shuffle the shoulders into Shavasana. Have a moment here. You really only moved a few inches top and bottom, but really lovely effect in your left side. Ida, our feminine energy, so stimulating the side of us that's more creative, calm, nurturing, more intuitive. And so we'll come into the other side. So shuffle your feet to the lower left corner. Left foot over right. Shoulders top left. Arms wherever you want them to be. Just release your buttocks if that feels more comfortable. And again, close your eyes. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Relax the sides of your waist. Relax your face. Stay with your breath, witness your thoughts. And gently, when you're ready, nice and slowly, come back into neutral spine. Uncross your legs. Feel that lovely stretch now through the right side of your waist, Pingala. So enhancing the side of ourselves that needs to perhaps be more decisive at times, a bit more courageous and motivated, decision making. And we are all a mix of the masculine and feminine energies of ourselves, the aspects that reflect through ourselves. Sometimes we can get out of balance. So draw the knees in now. Have a nice rock, and then we'll come into waterfall, raising our legs before we relax. And then again, we've come into every possible stretch, twist, side stretch, and then this raising the legs is a gentle inversion. So grab your cushions, pop them under your bottom if that's comfortable. If not, don't worry. Just raising our legs for a few minutes. It's quite nice on the lower back as well. If you don't want to raise your legs, you can literally come into a bridge with your feet still on the mat, but with your buttocks raised, if that feels more comfortable. There are alternatives. It's nice to tilt your feet more towards you. Eyes closed. And I'd like you to just draw your awareness to your third eye. So gazing ahead between your eyebrows, about 6 foot in front of you, as if you're looking in that direction. Gentle breaths, and maybe seeing colour or shapes. So gazing into that intuitive eye. We all have it, we just sometimes don't use it, and then it can fade in its capacity. Breathing to your belly, it's quite nourishing into your lower back. Relaxing your fingers, your wrists. Notice if you're tilting your head up, and perhaps it will feel a little bit more gentle to let the chin lower. Softening your jaw and your face and cheeks. This is a nice pose for your bladder meridian. Okay, when you're ready, gently bend your knees, nice and slowly, there's no rush. Hug them into chest, lower the feet down. This might feel quite nice in this little ball. And then when you're ready, just pull your cushions away and come into relaxation. Blankets, bolsters, warm clothes, whatever feels nice for you today. I think I'm going to just allow you to just relax with some music rather than me talking. And if I can find listening to Om. Very, very calming. There's a lovely sort of seaside wave background music here. And you don't have to, whilst you listen to this, you could almost chant Om in your mind. You could allow your breath to slow to this mantra. Om is the resounding sound, the original sound of the universe. So in your mind's eye, you might take yourself out into space and just let yourself float among the stars, feeling completely at one and connected back to the original sound of the universe. As you listen to Om, I just want you to think about how miraculous you are to be here. All of the things that had to fall into place with your ancestors, timings, meetings, for you to be here. And connecting with your root chakra, how you deserve this place on this earth, and the impact you have in very many positive ways with other people in your life. Everything in this universe is meant to be here, including us. And just have a few moments to feel very special. How we've all come here in this time to live our lives, find friends and love and share, and continue to share a loving light. So very gently you can just begin to come back from wherever the mind wandered. Let this Om reverberate through you for the rest of the day. Starting to move fingers and toes gently. Noticing if you're willing to come back into your day or reluctant, whether you're quite happy in yourself where you are. Knowing that at any time you choose, you can always take 5 minutes to lie down and get into this deep state of very restorative relaxation. Letting the mind slow down from our beta waves to alpha, maybe even to theta, when you drift off into that unknown territory. This is the perfect feeling that you're in now to manifest what you really want in life. That place where children are, they're creative, they're imaginative, they can think beyond the rational in this state. So gently moving now, perhaps stretching, Nice full body stretch. Taking some deep breaths and long exhales. Hugging the knees in. And then gently, in your own time, coming to seated. And we will chant 3 Oms. As we Om, draw your awareness to your third eye. And then the silence that we listen to after resonates with our crown. So just bring hands to Chin Mudra. Taking that lovely deep breath in. Just thinking about that lotus flower on the top of your head. And then we'll bring our hands together, rub the palms, start to feel that heat. And then warm palms over your eyes, blinking gently into the darkness and allowing the light through as we part the fingers and bring the hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, lovelies.